Okay, so I've got a lot to talk about now, and it's not good news. A lot of it's not good news. Now, regarding this email, I'll talk about that in a minute. But I did something incredibly stupid on Thursday night. And just to bear in mind, I did this at like 11 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the morning. So you might remember for those who follow me on Twitter, I put out a final tweet to YouTube, and someone replied to that tweet recommending I go talk to this person on Instagram. So I did. Now, I'm not going to show you anything at the moment, and the reason is simply because I've reported this all to the police and also the Frog Squad and also my bank and PayPal because, yes, stupidly, this person said that they could basically restore my YouTube and basically I paid them a total of £353 to do it. Yep, it was a scam. I had a feeling the entire time it was a scam, but because it was late at night, when it's late at night and I'm tired, it's like basically me being drunk. I've never made a good decision when I'm tired. Normally it's nowhere near as bad as this, obviously. Normally it's that I purchase something that I don't really want or need, but like late night purchases, but nothing like this. Nothing like this. So yeah, and I sent it to them via PayPal through friends and family because they asked me to. And it was all the red flags in the world. So what I did is I called my bank literally the following morning, so I hadn't had any sleep the previous night. I called them on Friday morning at 8 a.m. and the people at Lloyd's Bank who I'm with basically said, yeah, no problem. What we'll do is we can block the transactions and we'll cancel your card and send you a new card. Which wouldn't be ideal because I'm going to Blackpool tomorrow. But, I thought, okay. But I said to him, my PayPal isn't linked to my bank card, it's linked to my bank account itself. And he said, no, this'll stop it, this'll stop the payment from going through. And I thought, okay, and I thought I'll contact PayPal about it as well, to make sure, and also to give them the address of the scammer. And also I reported the scammer to Instagram, and I reported it as a scam, and their account is still fully active as ever. And so anyway, I rang PayPal, and the first person I spoke to on PayPal said, yeah, everything your bank told you is wrong. And the reason is, even if the transaction is blocked, PayPal sent the money to them on your behalf already in advance. And I said, what? And I said to them, well, I didn't have that set up on my account to do that. I have it set up so it comes out of my bank first. And he said, well, that doesn't matter. And I said, well, can you not take the money out of the scammer's account and put it back into my account, or just cancel it? And he said no. And then I said, and he then proceeded to say, if it was a friend or a an actual friend or family member, then they would be able to, but since it was a scammer, they couldn't. And I said to them, that makes no sense. How come you can take the money out of my account, or if it was one of my family, you could take it out of their account, without asking or any permission? Yeah, a scammer? No, suddenly, you're gonna willingly protect them. And I said, what are you gonna do about the accounts? And they said, oh, can't do anything about the accounts because it would be exceeding their rights or something like that. It'll be against their rights. And surely they've forfeited their rights by, scamming people. But okay. So I then proceeded to call the police on the non-emergency number, and I told them and I also talked to the Frog Squad as well, and the Frog team, and I filled in forms on. Let me just get the name of the place. Yeah, Action Fraud. I also called up Action Fraud to give them all the details as well, so they're investigating it. However, they said to me, they said, "Oh, thank you for this information. Your information will help stop them from scamming people in the future." And I said to them, "Well, will this be able to help get my money back?" And said no. And so I said to them, so basically what you're saying is it'll help people in the future, but it doesn't help me in any way, shape or form. She said, and the person on the phone went, yes. So, yeah. Then I rang the bank a second time to explain to them what PayPal had said to me and what the first person on the bank had said to me. And the first person I spoke to at Lloyd's Bank was talking utter rubbish, because I was right. He didn't need to cancel my bank card since my bank card wasn't linked to my PayPal. So that was pointless and a waste of time. And he basically said that, nothing can be done about that. The only people who can give you your money back is PayPal. And this is a running theme here. Because basically, what I've been to, because the person who I rang initially from PayPal said maybe your bank can get you your money back since it's fraud. However, both the police, the fraud, Action Fraud, and my bank all say PayPal is the only one who can give you your money back. And this is kind of ironic because on the day that this happened, on the day before it happened, basically I was visiting my grandparents, and my granddad showed me an article in a newspaper because he still buys and reads newspapers, and he said, look, PayPal here, there's a story about PayPal not giving people their money back who have been scammed. I was just like, oh dear. And yeah, lo and behold, it happened to me literally that night. So yeah, you know, that's a bit of karma there, somehow. But then I rang up PayPal again, and this person I spoke to clearly did not know up from down, because some of the things they said to me were completely baffling. So what this person said to me, no joke, and I wish I'd recorded this. I'm sure they've got a recording of it, but this person literally said, "We will send a message to the scammers' PayPal account and ask them to give them your money back, and they should give you your money back then." And I said, why would they give you your money back? My money back. The whole point is they're trying to steal my money. And they said no. And then she replied with, "Oh no, it will get. If they don't give you your money back, it'll show a bad reputation on their PayPal." And clearly, I literally said to her, they don't care about their reputation, otherwise they won't be scammers. And literally, she kept telling me the same things over and over in a loop, over and over again. So I asked her, so I did the Karen thing, and I asked to speak to her manager. And I spoke to her manager, who was only slightly more helpful, because basically I said to her, "Are you not going to leave this account open?" And I said to her, "I'm not authorising this payment. This payment I am not authorising." And she said, "Oh, you're not authorising this payment?" I went, "No." And I think she kind of misunderstood what I was saying. I said, this payment was, I'm not authorised. I didn't authorise, I'm not authorising the payment. So she said, I'll set up an investigation. I'll set up an investigation for you into this. And basically, I thought, oh, okay, maybe I might get my money back. And she said, you should receive an email back in 24 hours when the case is reviewed. I've received an email today saying that basically the case ruled in the scammer's favour. Yeah, it ruled in the scammer's favour. Because I'll admit, I willingly gave them the money, and that was the world's stupidest thing to do. But seriously, it ruled in their favour. And also, the scammers' accounts are still fully active. Their PayPal is still fully active. Their Instagram is still fully active. And also, I've had various messages on Twitter and from the scammer, who presumably is the same person on Twitter, just under a different name, trying to contact me desperately. They rang me tried ringing me several times and messaging me. I think they messaged me, over 30 times, trying to get me to respond. So, yeah, there we go. Now, initially, because the thing is, I sent the money. I didn't send £353 at once, because if it was just that off the bat, I wouldn't have bothered. But initially, they asked for $147, and with VAT, that would be £131. That was for their services initially, and which is why I thought, well, it's not a ridiculously high amount. So I thought, if it gets my YouTube channel back, fine, I'll do it. And then hours later, at like 2 a.m. or it might have been even 3 a.m., they then said, that method is not working. The only other method we can try requires a paid piece of software that's $250. And I was just like, try the old process again, and I made them try the old process. I don't know what they were actually doing, but in the end I thought, I'm already this much down. Really, I should have just cut my losses there, but I gave them more money, which was £222 with the VAT, and so that's how it all happened. And I thought they were going to fix this, and that I even set up a GoFundMe, which I since took down, because I thought they were actually going to recover the YouTube channel. So yeah, but after the police investigation stuff and all that's done, I will be sharing, because I've got all the screenshots and case information and that. I've got all of that. But I can't show it at the moment because basically the case and everything is still going on at this time. At least with the police, in terms of that. So anyway, YouTube, and this is all because YouTube basically have done fuck all. They have done fuck all. Now, remember how I said I never received another email? Turns out I did. It just went immediately into the trash folder on my emails, but here it is. So yeah, because YouTube Twitter messaged me saying, an email was sent to you already. I was saying to them, I haven't received any more emails, but turns out, yes, I had. So we're sorry that you've been hijacked. Okay, so basically what it's asking me to send the YouTube partner Google support, and this is the official stuff. I did check. This is actually Google. So what they wanted was my channel ID /URL and the email and password that I used for that. However, slightly tricky, because the way this is talking about YouTube as if I can access my YouTube account. I can't. I can't access my YouTube account. However, thankfully, I already have a saved copy of the YouTube channel ID /URL. I already have that saved, so thankfully I could send that off. But yeah, other than that, anything else I can do, I can't really do. I'm not even sure if I was meant to reply to this email or not, because it doesn't really make it clear. It says, we're looking forward to hearing from you, but there's not a clear way. And the help center thing is just completely useless. The help center thing, so basically that was my only means of reply. So that's the situation so far. Now, in terms of the scammer, interestingly, although the money went out of my PayPal, went out of my PayPal instantly, the money still hasn't come out of my bank account yet, and it's been well over 24 hours. So yeah, the money still hasn't come out of my bank account. Now, whether that is the bank stopping the transaction, I don't know, but who knows? But it still hasn't. Now, the thing is, even though even though PayPal has paid the scammers, basically, what the people on the phone said, I'm indebted to PayPal because they sent the money off, you know, on my behalf without asking me. You know, because if it was just a direct bank transfer, or if it was just a transfer straight out of my PayPal to scammers, then my bank would be able to come in and stop it. However, since PayPal, on their own volition, because I didn't ask them to do this, and it's not in the settings on my PayPal to do this, but for some reason they decided to just send the money straight away to the scammers and then bill me later, which is what they're doing. But so far nothing's actually happened yet. Now obviously the thing is to try and wait and hope to see if they act, you know, that nothing actually happens, which I'm doubtful of. But yeah, but regardless, like, I'm gonna dispute this to the ends of the earth, because I know for a fact that they have the power to take money back out of an account, and the reason is because they've done it before. Because I accidentally once sent the money to the wrong email account, to basically an email account that didn't actually exist, because I basically missed out a letter. I can't remember. I think I was sending it to a friend at the time who I'd only... basically I missed out a letter in their email account, so it didn't go anywhere, but it still went out of my PayPal. And I contacted PayPal. I rang PayPal about that, and they said, and they instantly took the money back and put it back in my account. So they can do it. They can do it. They just won't. They just won't do it. So yeah, and I know this is my fault. I know absolutely this is my fault. But at the end of the day, like, basically, PayPal has done nothing to stop the scammers. It's done absolutely nothing to stop the scammers. In fact, it's making it even easier for the scammers, because there's no repercussion. Their accounts aren't even blocked or frozen or anything. Nothing happens to their accounts. They don't even get a warning or a message from PayPal or anything. So yeah, of course they're going to continue doing it like this and that. But yeah, that's basically all I've got to share on the situation for the minute. Is not this week has been one of the worst weeks of my life. I'm not joking. This has been one of the worst weeks of my life. I mean, it was bad enough. It was extreme. It was unbearably hot on Monday and Tuesday here in the UK. But for my YouTube channel to get hacked with all my videos deleted, and then for the YouTube channel to then get removed by YouTube because of what the hacker did on the channel, and then YouTube completely ignoring all of my appeals, and basically they didn't basically reply to me, and there's no way to reply directly, all of that. And then on top of that, to then be scammed out of that much money, which is it might not sound like a lot to some people, £353. It is to me, because that is literally just under half my wages every month. That is literally just under half. In fact, in some cases, yeah, it's just under half, just barely under half. But yeah, to have all that happen and to go through everything I went through within a week, just before I was due to go on holiday. Oh, and also my granny got COVID today. We found out my granny got COVID today. So yeah, that's another thing. That is another thing. Just like how, and also my brother has had a problem as well. Basically, this has been the worst week for my family. This has been the worst week. So yeah, that holiday to Blackpool, and that could not bloody come quicker, because This has just been unbelievably just shit after shit just thrown at us. But yeah, there we go. Thank you to all the people who have been support me in that through this time. But basically, you know, if I can't get the YouTube channel back, then I'll be creating a new one and uploading as many videos as I possibly can to it. Again, I don't have all of them, but I do have at least 70% of the videos, because basically I have everything 100% from 2015 onwards. I think I've got all the footage from the 2014 videos. I've got a couple of videos, a handful of videos from 2013, and just some odd ones here and there. So, but yeah, I've gone on long enough for this, but thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.